Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to include many different twists and turns, as well as revelations in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio are going to be adding in tons of Jedi and Sith lore that is all set and ready to really add in a lot of elements of the past, as well as adding in a lot of connections to the future new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren traveling into the shrines of the Sith location, where it's described that they are being guided by the Forger, who is said to be over 1,000 years old and has seen many wars over the years. It's described that eventually both Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren travel down to the shrines of the Sith location, where it's said that eventually they reach a large statue of Darth Revan that contains many secrets within. It's said that eventually Kylo Ren opens up a section of the statue of Revan that is said to contain the Sith holocron of Darth Revan from many years ago, that was left behind and protected by the Sith renovators. It's said that Kylo has been on the hunt for Sith holocrons in between the events of Episodes 8 and 9, and that in The Rise of Skywalker, Kylo discovers the holocron of Revan. Inside the statue also lies a letter by Revan himself that appears more like a scroll, sharing his thoughts before his final moments of living many years ago that Kylo eventually reads. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of Jedi and Sith lore, as well as Force lore that will be demonstrated in this film by Disney and Lucasfilm, to not only set up for what's coming in the future, but to also use this movie as a foundation for the new canon material. Now, this by far is the biggest hint and or indicator that they are indeed making Darth Revan canon at the very end of 2019, leading into 2020. Again, in case you guys did not know, 2020 is going to be a big year when it comes to the new expanded universe. We're talking about events that happen after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, as well as everything in between the prequels, the originals, and the sequels. So in this scenario, this is where Darth Revan is actually said to have a little bit of limelight in the movie, where Kylo Ren discovers the Sith holocron of Darth Revan within his own statue, located in the shrines of the Sith location that is said to be underneath the surface of the unknown world of this castle-like structure, where the 1,000-year-old creature, also known as the Forger, takes care of this place and has been for many years on end. Now, not only that, within this statue, Kylo Ren also discovers what is said to be a letter that was written by Darth Revan himself some moments before his death. Now, what I like about this is that this is once again borrowing elements from Star Wars Legends and incorporating it into the current canon material by Disney and Lucasfilm. In case you guys did not know, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy said that there is a lot of talk about an Old Republic movie / and or Knights of the Old Republic film being made for the future of the Star Wars franchise. And now you can really see exactly where things are going. This most likely is, of course, one of J.J. Abrams' pre-Easter eggs, if you will, of the new Star Wars trilogy by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss that will feature all of these new different characters, such as Darth Revan, Darth Malak, Malgus, Nihilus, you name it. So, with that being said, this whole entire, segment in which Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren go down to the shrines of the Sith location and discover the large statue of Revan is rather interesting. Just a couple of days ago we went over how eventually it's going to be unveiled in the film that Kylo Ren actually modeled his own helmet / mask off of Darth Revan's mask, because Kylo Ren actually owns it. And before the events of The Force Awakens, he brought that mask of Revan to the Forger to model his very own helmet after Darth Revan's, and that's exactly why they look so similar. That's going to be the in-universe answer to everything by J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and creator George Lucas, which honestly I think is fascinating and very, smart by Disney and Lucasfilm to really add in a lot of these different references here and there to set up of what's coming in the future of the franchise, whether it be books, novels, or comics, or movies, or TV series, whatever have you. It really seems as though that they really are trying to take as much care with episode 9 as possible to really bring in a lot of new fans, casual fans, and especially the hardcore fans who really buy these tickets 4, 5, 6 times. So, with that being said, this whole entire Shrines of the Sith location, it's said to be a place and basically is an inversion of what Rey does during the Lost City travels that she goes through. Now Kylo Ren goes through his own mission into the Shrines of the Sith location underneath the surface of the Dark Spire, which is a large castle that is set to appear in episode 9, so keep an eye open for that. It's going to be quite interesting to see exactly what it looks like on the big screen. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.